Welcome to Cowgirl Up, the podcast dedicated to elevating your mindset. I'm your host, Lori Blickenstaff, certified mental performance coach at mentalgame101.com. Today's Olympian is Novak Djokovic. If you're a tennis fan, he needs no introduction. He's won 24 Grand Slam titles, which is the current world record. And then he's also won Olympic gold at the last Summer Games for his home country of Serbia. Now, I admit I don't follow tennis much. So my first experience with him was catching a reel that contained snippets from an interview he did on 60 Minutes. The interviewer says, "Mental strength, I think, is your great gift." And Novak stopped him right there. He actually interrupted them and he said, "I would have to correct you. It is not a gift. It's something that comes with work." He says, "I may appear locked in, but trust me, there's a storm inside. The biggest always battle is within. You have your doubts and fears. I feel it every single match." Well, how cool is that to hear someone who's won so many titles and still has doubts and fears? He goes on to say that the difference between the guys who are the biggest champions and the ones who are struggling to get to the highest level is the ability to not stay in those emotions for too long. I experience it, I acknowledge it, but then I'm able to bounce back. So hopefully this sounds familiar. It's kind of like with our thoughts and our feelings, right? We acknowledge them, we check them if they're not in line with what we want to experience, and then we trade or redirect them in a different direction. I also listened to a couple of podcasts where he was interviewed, and he made it clear that mindset work is essential. Well, actually, he put it as daily mindset work is essential, whether you feel like doing it or not. In his words, it's all about practice. Everything. I mean, my brain is a muscle like any other. It takes willpower to do it and desire to say, okay, I'm consciously making this decision to change my life for better, and I'm going to start with small steps. Super important. It's hard. Hey, well, I like the admission that it is hard. It's not easy for anyone. It's just a daily choice to do this type of work. And in our case, mindset work, right? He also has overcome challenges like our other athletes. He grew up in a war-torn country, a country where tennis was not popular at all, and it was quite a hardship for his parents, economically to let him play tennis. He lived through 2 wars, and then at the age of 12, he was sent off to Germany on his own. He's also had to work through injuries and slumps during his career. One of the things that he's learned through these challenges is that he can only control what he can control. Hopefully this principle sounds familiar to you as well. He says, we want to control our thoughts, we want to control our lives, our partners, and we want to, but it's not possible, and it shouldn't be the case. You can only control what you can, which is your own process internally. And I'll finish it up with another statement of Novak's that aligns with our power statement. He says, "I don't see losing as failure as such. I see it as another great lesson that awaits for me to learn from it." Such good stuff. Well, you're going to hear a little bit more of this tomorrow with our final Olympian of the week, Mikaela Shiffrin. Thank you so much for tuning in today. If you have any questions, feedback, or comments, I'd love to hear from you. Email me at lori@mentalgame101.com.